Hello. Can everybody hear me? Oh, wow. So I decided I was going to go live and continue the marathon that's been happening for a long time. I don't know if Grish, Leslie, well, no, Leslie here was, or I'm sorry, Leslie B was here for a minute, many hours ago, but Grish and Jackie were not. I don't know if they know that I went live before Grish, Jackie St. Germain, and Leslie B at True Crime and Men went live, but I decided that I was going to go live after them. I went live before them. I'm going to go live after them. I'm going to continue this marathon. I do want to do, I do want to do a couple things. I have not had caffeine. I'm a little delirious. It's fine. I'm delirious, not delusional. So there's a big difference. How is everyone doing? So, hmm. Well, thank you for being here. Law LVR. Okay, you're here for it? Okay. Well, you're a new name. My name is True Crime Wifey. I see Jolie. It's good to see you. So, I figured that we would continue on watching the unindicted co-conspirator. I stopped today during the break and this is my free speech. This is allegedly and in my opinion. And today we were watching, I want to key it up, Wendy Adelson's examination in her mom's trial. And we stopped at the break. That was right before lunch. So I'm trying to cue my video. I'm sorry, this was kind of impromptu, but it is what it is at this point in time. Thank you for being here. All right, I'm going to share something. And we're not going to stop. We're not going to stop until the unindicted co-conspirators are indicted. Oh, hold on. I'm sorry. That was playing in the background. Hang on. Okay, I will share the screen and then we will get going. Thank you for being here. Here we go.
Everyone can be seated.
Judge Everett.
The jurors good to go? Yes. Okay. Is there anything that we need to address before the jurors re-enter the room? All right, Ms. Adelson, if you please can come back and take the witness stand. You can bring in the jurors.
Yes, sir. He's having Wendy come back up. There she is. That's definitely hair extensions in the top of her head. Whether she's been ripping out her hair or it's been falling out in regards to stress, we don't know. But when they, I don't know why it keeps doing that. Okay.
All right, you're in the courtroom.
We don't know what she's done with her head and the crazy stuff in the back.
Everyone can be seated. Ms. Kappelman, you may resume with your examination of the witness.
Thank you, Judge. Ms. Adelson, I want to ask you a little bit about your brother, Charlie Adelson. How is he older or younger than you?
I'm the youngest of the three children, so both my brothers are older than me.
How much older than you is Charlie?
He's 2.5 years older.
And in the time frame 2013 to 2014, how much time were you spending with Charlie Adelson?
I don't remember spending a lot of time with him. I was in Tallahassee most of the time, and he was in South Florida most of the time.
Did you speak with Charlie regularly during that time?
We did.
What type of lifestyle did your brother have around the time frame 2014 to 2016?
My brother was a single guy. He was dating lots of people. He worked really hard till early in the morning till late at night, sometimes 6 or 7 days a week.
Worked hard, played hard?
Yeah, I think that was kind of his lifestyle.
Did he like nice things?
He
Fancy
did.
Cars?
He liked nice cars. He liked nice food.
Okay. Did you, during the phone conversations you had with your brother during that time, did you talk much about your marital problems?
I mean, to be honest, I don't remember.
This is so funny. I'm going to rewind for 1 second.
Did you, during the phone conversations you had with your brother during that time, did you talk much about your marital problems?
I mean, to be honest, I don't remember, but I'm sure we talked about it.
Is it fair to say during the year or so leading up to Mr. Markel's murder that your brother did not like him?
I think that's fair to say.
Did your brother joke about hiring a hitman to kill Dan Markel?
He did make that joke.
What was the joke specifically?
My brother had bought me a TV as a divorce present, and he would make the joke that the TV was cheaper than high.
Okay, so when she was talking, this is so funny. I want to go back several seconds.
Up to Mr. Markel's murder that your brother did not like him?
I think that's fair to.
Where's the part where they were talking about nice cars and nice food? Like his lobster. Charlie loves
With your brother
lobster.
during that time, did you talk much about your marital problems?
I mean, to be honest, I don't remember, but I'm sure we talked about it.
Is it fair to say during the year or so leading up to Mr. Markel's murder that your brother did not like him?
I think that's fair to say.
Did your brother joke about hiring a hitman to kill Dan Markel?
He did make that joke.
What was the joke specifically?
My brother had bought me a TV as a divorce present, and he would make the joke that the TV was cheaper than hiring a hitman.
Did you ever tell
Because it's totally normal for people to buy their siblings divorce presents.
Jeffrey Lacasse about that joke?
I may have mentioned that joke to Jeff Lacasse.
Who is that?
Jeff Lacasse was someone that I dated after Danny and I got divorced.
Had he met your parents?
I think he may have met them once, but not in any kind of formal way. Just my parents were visiting and he might have said hi, something like that.
Did your parents express any opinion about him, whether they liked him or not?
I don't remember them really taking notice of him.
Do you remember sending a text back in on May 28th of 2014 that saying, quote, "My parents are not into him," referring to Jeff?
I don't remember sending that text.
Funny how I already have a troll. Interesting.
On the morning of the murder, did you have an appointment at your residence on Aqua Ridge?
I did.
What was the nature of that appointment?
I had an appointment with the Geek Squad. There were some vertical lines on the TV. I didn't know if maybe one of my kids had tapped it or touched it, but it wasn't working. And so I had an appointment and they were scheduled to come sometime between 8 and 12.
And was that the TV?
Vertical lines. In this trial, Wendy Adelson is representing that there were vertical lines on her TV. It was not vertical lines. It was a huge smashed screen.
That was the same TV that your brother joked he got you as a divorce present because it was cheaper than hiring a hitman.
Yes.
Okay. And on the morning of the murder, did your mom text you about the TV repair guy being on the way or coming to your house?
She did. I didn't buy the TV, and the TV had an insurance policy that came with the Geek Squad.
Real quick, just a question. Why did your mom have to text you that morning when on July 11th, when you were in the same vicinity, whether it was in the car or in Tallahassee, with your mother, your father, yourself, and your children, and she sent you a specific email about all the details around Geek Squad appointment? So she's got to text you that morning about it, the same information again. Interesting.
Squad help. So I think they reached out to her first, and then she let me know that they were coming.
The TV was under warranty, right?
I believe so.
But the damage that you had was not covered by the warranty, was it?
I don't think so.
Okay. And do you recall how long the TV repairman was at your house?
I don't. It was a reasonable amount of time, so maybe an hour or so.
And why did it take an hour to determine that the TV couldn't be repaired or was not under warranty?
I don't know. I don't know a lot about AV equipment.
And the TV repair guy, I guess I should ask, were you upset, crying and upset during the time that the TV repairman was there?
I don't think so.
Were you particularly upset about the TV, the fact that the TV couldn't be repaired?
I don't think so.
Okay, so the TV guy, to your recollection, didn't actually do anything. He didn't fix the TV, he didn't take it away, he didn't bring you a new one.
No. He was trying to fix it. I mean, I think he was trying to assess what the problem was and if it could be fixed, but it wasn't taken away.
The problem was like an impact to the screen, right?
It seemed to be that, yeah.
Did you go to a dinner after the?
Good to see you, Sue Gaines. Thank you for being here. Thank you, Jolie, as always. You are either paid or a bot. I'm not so sure. I wasn't saying that to, my normal people that I recognize. But I just kind of thought it was odd that that person was immediately on my live stream before I even clicked live, which was like 3 seconds. Just saying.
After the murder of Dan Markel.
And this is free speech, my opinion, my speculation.
In which you vomited at the table.
It was several weeks until I felt ready to leave my apartment. I was very, very scared.
So that happened?
It did happen.
Okay, and that was in a restaurant, right?
It was at a
was-
restaurant.
Who was present at that dinner?
It was my brother and me.
And where was the dinner?
It
South
was-
Florida or here? or
It was
somewhere
South Florida.
else? Okay, and you said it was several weeks after the murder?
I believe so.
Had you ever heard Charlie, your brother, refer to that dinner as a celebratory dinner?
Only in previous trials, but never to me personally.
Did you hear him?
So the dinner occurred only days after the murder. And I truly believe that it was a few days after the green Prius was broadcasted on WCTV on the nightly news, July 23rd, 5 days after the shooting. And I apologize that's my neighbor's dog talking in the back. I'm not talking, barking in the background. You guys might hear some hooting of owls at some point in time because I heard a couple earlier. But you threw up because Charlie told you about the green Prius. That's just my opinion. That's my speculation. There might be other theories out there about why she vomited on this table. But right now, Wendy is admitting that it's a celebration because she got out of the house to eat something.
Him say it the night that you had the dinner or after that
No,
you threw up at the celebration?
no.
Do you know Katherine Magbanua?
I met her on 2 occasions.
Okay. Do you have an independent friendship with her, or did you just meet her through your brother?
I just met her through my brother.
Who was she to Charlie?
She was a person that he had dated.
Was she a serious girlfriend?
I didn't think so.
Did he have a lot of girlfriends that kind of came and went?
He had a lot of girlfriends and they all looked somewhat similar.
Okay. I'm going to show you what's. One moment, Your Honors. Show you what I marked as 35.
They all look similar means they were all Asian. Charlie liked Asian ladies. Yep.
Do you recognize
See,
635?
I do.
How do you recognize it?
This was a visit. I went to the beach with Katherine and a friend of hers for about an hour.
Katherine Magbanua?
Yes.
All right, and when was this photograph taken?
It was Father's Day weekend of June 2014.
So just about a month before the murder?
Yes.
And was this the first time you'd ever met Katherine Magbanua?
It was the second time. The first time was at a dinner with my brother and with Jeff Lacasse.
Yardbird in March. We now know that Charlie Adelson took the photograph of Wendy, Katie, and Yendra on the beach. 3 single moms celebrating Father's Day by themselves with drinks.
When I was running an alternative spring break, I came down to visit.
Was that the dinner at Yardbird?
Yes.
Okay, we'll get back to that. So this was the second meeting.
Yes.
All right, Judge, move to introduce Stacy to the 35. No objection.
Stays 35, isn't it?
We all are Billie Jean. I'm sorry, Bill Jean.
Which one is Katherine Magbanua?
She's on the left with the white top.
Okay, and that's you in the center there.
That's me in the middle.
And this photograph, was it taken near your parents' residence in
It
South
was.
Beach?
Very close.
During that trip, were there any conversations with Katherine Magbanua or your brother or your mother about the murder?
No.
Is Katherine Magbanua the girlfriend that your brother had in this time frame leading up to the murder?
I believe so, but had multiple girlfriends, so I don't know if she was the only one.
Okay, but that's definitely the one that you interacted with the month before.
Yes, ma'am.
Is she
Did anything
suggesting that
stand out to you
Charlie
about
is
this
Hugh
particular
Hefner?
girl as being,
Is she suggesting that Charlie is Hugh Hefner having multiple girlfriends? This is such an odd necklace. Some people said that it was Timu, but those look like black pearls to me. I'm not so sure. I do have a strand of gorgeous black pearls, but they're like kind of like flattened a little. I don't know how to explain it, but I don't know what this necklace is. Wendy. Wendy. What's going on up here, sister? And I can make fun of you all I want.
did anything stand out to you about this particular girl as being, the one or special or different from the parade of girlfriends that
No.
Charlie had? Did your brother have girlfriends after this woman, Magbanua?
Yes,
Okay, including, do you remember a Whitney?
I do remember Whitney.
And then there was June Mchinda,
Yes, I remember June.
a June Co, I think.
I remember Junko.
Prior to Dan Markel's murder, was this image taken at your trip?
Hey, Leslie B, thank you. I figured that I would just continue on. I don't know how long I'm going to be on, but said, wait, is this real? And I think you meant, am I live? No, I'm live. I'm live. I'm moving on. Keeping on moving on. I did a live stream before you, Grish, and Jackie. And I'm talking to Leslie B. And then Grish just went for like over 9 hours. So we're joking about the whole 9-hour live, right? HTC type thing. But I'm moving on, keeping on. Pressure, pressure. Under pressure. Pushes down on me. Okay, sorry. When I used to work in child welfare and also had drug clients, I rewrote a song about crystal meth that combined Ice Ice Baby from Vanilla Ice and Under Pressure, David Bowie, which is basically the same song. At some point in time, I might sing it. Maybe not tonight. Moving on.
Trip to South Beach that was most recent before the murder?
No,
So you went down another time between this trip and the murder.
I did. I went down for my dad's birthday.
And when was that?
It would have been, his birthday was on July 5th. And so I was down, I don't remember the exact amount of time, but maybe 7 or 10 days over July 4th and for his birthday, and then went back to Tallahassee.
Did you run into Katherine Magbanua at all on that trip?
I don't think so.
Any discussion with any members of your family about the murder on that trip?
No,
It was your dad's 70th birthday, right?
it was.
And was there a party?
We had a party.
Was that friends, family, both?
It was friends and family.
And I think, is this the trip that we were talking about earlier where your parents had come to Tallahassee to fetch you and take you down south?
Yes.
Was there any discussion on that trip about any other relocation strategies,
I don't have any memory of that.
like bribing, converting to Christianity, any of those things,
It had been, I think, about a year since.
since those were first broached?
Right, but I'm just saying by that time it was the summer of 2014. I don't remember any kind of conversation like that.
Okay. Was there any discussion on that trip of the pending motion that included precluding your mom from having unsupervised visits with your boys?
No.
Do you remember the time frame that the repairman was at your house on the morning of the murder?
I remember more or less. I feel like he came, I think he was supposed to come sometime between 8 and 12, and he came on the early side. Because I just remember being surprised and trying to get dressed really fast.
Okay. And Dan Markel was killed between 8 and 12, right?
He
know
was.
that now. Who paid the repairman that came to your house?
I think he was under contract.
Mhm.
So I don't have a strong memory of that, but I don't remember paying him. It's
Okay.
possible that I did.
Wendy, Wendi, Whendi. Okay. So I just thought of it for a second. So it goes doom 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 doom. Under pressure, pushers down on me, and I wanna be free. Under pressure, and then we move into ice, ice, baby. All right, stop. You've got to listen. Something out there got you itching and twitching. Okay, I don't remember the rest of it. I would have to find the lyrics. Holy moly, guacamole. We're gonna be moving on. Yeah, I'm a little delirious. I'm actually a lot delirious. I'm not Delulu, but I'm delirious. And I still haven't watched the first part of Jackie Grish and Leslie B's live. But we're putting pressure. You are under pressure, sister. Just like those eyebrows are right now. And your crazy ass hairpiece.
I'm going to ask you a few more questions about Mr. Lacasse. You said you might have mentioned the joke to him about TV's cheaper than a hitman. Did you ever use the term TV as code for the murder in any context?
No.
Did you ever hear your mom do that other than the recordings in this case?
No.
So she didn't talk to you about the TV?
No.
Did you see Mr. Lacasse? And you said that was somebody that you had been dating around the time of the murder. Is that right?
We had broken up just before that week.
So Georgia just asked her, she's like, she didn't talk to you at all about the TV. Hello. Leslie B showed the July 11th email about the TV. Like, what's up?
Week that Danny was killed.
All right. Did you have an occasion to see him on July 13th of 2014? So just about a week before the murder at your residence.
I don't remember him being at my residence, but I do remember seeing him around that time.
Okay. And on July 13th, 2014, do you remember asking to share something in confidence with Mr. Lacasse?
I don't remember doing that.
Did you tell Mr. Lacasse in the context of...
Wendy just said that Jeffrey Lacasse was never at her residence. Okay, I'm going to go back a couple seconds. You know why Jeffrey was not at your residence? It's because your dad was there. That's my opinion. That's my theory. I believe that Harvey stayed in town. I don't know exactly when Donna went back between the 11th and the 19th, but Jeffrey did not come to your home because your dad was at your Aqua Ridge Way rented house.
Before the murder at your residence?
I don't remember him being at my residence, but I do remember seeing him around that time.
Okay. And on July 13th, 2014, do you remember asking to share something in confidence with Mr. Lacasse?
I don't remember doing that.
Did you tell Mr. Lacasse in the context of if something were to happen to Danny, I could move back to Miami? Did you tell Lacasse that regarding the relocation battle in the summer of 2013, Charlie had, seriously, not as a joke, explored all...
If something were to happen to Danny, I could move. Ew.
Options to resolve the problem, including hiring a hitman.
I did not have that conversation with Jeff Lacasse.
She's denying when she says to Jeffrey, "Can I tell you something in confidence?" Charlie looked into hiring a hitman last summer. We still don't really know why Charlie is doing all of this. Maybe he's a mommy pleaser. Maybe there's a lot of financial situation going on between all of them that Charlie has to be the fixer. But very odd.
And I think you said the week before, but wasn't it actually about, I think it was 4 days before the murder, you sent an email to Mr. Lacasse? You remember that email, bump in the road?
I remember telling him I didn't want to have contact with him anymore. I don't remember exactly what date I sent it, but whatever date Sunday or Monday of that week would have been around when I sent it.
Does this refresh your memory at all?
It does.
Okay.
Here's Georgia with
And
the
so
tab.
you weren't officially breaking up with him so much as asking for a certain period of time without contact. Is that right?
That sounds right.
Okay. And then your plan was to reach back out to him and figure things out one way or the other?
I mean, I think I was breaking up with.
Nope. The 1 week break is a facade. It was probably some sort of social trend back then. I mean, I've never even heard of it. 1 week break to figure things out. No, you needed a 1 week break because you and your family, you are an unindicted co-conspirator along with your father and everyone else listed in the probable cause affidavit have been convicted. You were getting rid of Jeffrey because you were going to set him up 4 days later for the murder of your ex-husband, allegedly, in my opinion, based on the evidence.
With him, but I have a strong aversion to conflict, so this was probably my way of not breaking up with him without breaking up with him.
Okay. And I want to go back to the day of the murder. We know about the TV repairman left about, did you say about 9?
The truth is I don't really remember, but something like 9 or 10.
Definitely before 10 or by 10?
Yes, that's my best memory.
All right. Where did you go after the TV? Where was the next place you went after the TV repairman left?
So I was home, I think, for a couple of hours first. I was doing a little bit of work. I was talking to some friends. I think I ate breakfast. And then I left probably close to noon or a little bit after noon.
Doing a little bit of work, probably presetting your work laptop to send emails later. I believe I talked to some people. You talked to like 1,000 people that morning so you could set up your alibi. Not 1,000, but you guys know what I mean. Oh, and hang on. Let me pull this up. Yeah, she had guys on the side. And she just said that, like, I don't like confrontation. No, you don't. No, you lay down in the hotel room in the last weekend of June in Gainesville with Jeffrey when he confronted you because you were having multiple affairs. You laid down in fetal position crying because he confronted you. Maybe he yelled at you. I don't know, but what Jeffrey said was, I mean, he had been, putting his whatever in her and was concerned with disease. Horrifying for any man or any woman for that matter, just saying.
Afternoon, I was meeting two friends who I would frequently meet on a Friday to have lunch with. And so I went to run a few quick errands and then meet them for lunch.
And on your way to meet the friends, did you have an occasion?
I want to know how many times she met Ritu, and Janine for lunch on Fridays. Was that honestly a standing date? And if you were going to Mosaic, one of the most expensive lunch venues in Tallahassee, why are you wearing gardening clothing? Why are you wearing an owl tee and some, tacky khakis, flats?
To go down Trescott?
I was trying to turn down Trescott. That's where I used to turn and take just the road I was used to. But there was yellow tape up. And so when I tried to turn, I couldn't turn. So I made a 3-point turn and kept going on Centerville.
And so you encountered a police roadblock at that location?
Yes.
Okay, I couldn't go any further because there was a police car and some yellow tape, right?
Right.
And that was, you were able to see that from the intersection there, or you actually turned onto Trescott?
I tried to turn and then I couldn't go through. So I turned around and kept going.
Well, hello. You're fucking funny. I am. I'm so jealous of the Adelsons. Because the majority of them are in prison for murder. That makes me jealous. Fucking troll. See ya. Wouldn't want to be ya.
Going.
How far down Trescott did you proceed before you turned around?
Just until the tape.
Okay. Which one of you or your ex-husband had the kids the night before he was killed?
The night before they were with Danny.
All right, so it was his responsibility to take them to preschool that morning.
Yes.
Who was supposed to pick them up from preschool that day?
I was supposed to pick them up.
Had you talked to Dan Markel or your children that morning before you encountered the roadblock?
I hadn't talked to the boys because I wouldn't have talked to them, they didn't have cell phones, they were little. So I only would have spoken to them if I had gone to the preschool and seen them, but I didn't do that. So I hadn't talked to the boys. I'm sorry, what was the second part of
How
the question?
about Dan? Did you speak to him that morning?
We didn't. We had plans to talk. We had traded some text messages and emails, and then I called him and he didn't pick up, and that was the last contact.
Did you attempt to call Dan Markel when you encountered the roadblock?
You told Dan the entire week you had laryngitis. He needed to talk to you about your oldest son's next step in schooling. I didn't talk to Dan. Playing phone tag. Fibbers.
Block?
No,
Did you attempt to call your kids' daycare after encountering the roadblock?
no.
Did you notify anyone that
Hey, Susie Q, good to see you. I'm just continuing the pressure that a lot of YouTubers, a lot of ones who care, want to put on this one, in regards to her being an unindicted co-conspirator. Thank you, Susie Q, for being here. Oh, Armin Fence. Good to see you as well. Thanks for showing up.
you observed the roadblock?
I was talking on the phone at the time, so I may have said to the person I was talking to, oh, I'm trying to drive, but I have to turn around, hold on.
Okay, that was probably a bad question. Did you attempt to investigate in any way or ask anyone what the roadblock was about?
I wasn't concerned about the roadblock.
Was Mr. Markel scheduled to leave town the day after he was killed?
I don't remember if he was scheduled to leave town on Friday afternoon or on Saturday morning, but I know that he would go to New York every time he had a chance. And I think that was where he was going, but I don't know when he was leaving.
Okay, if you'll take a look at not the binder we've been using, but the other binder, should have your law enforcement interview on the front.
Okay.
And I would just ask you to review page 159, lines 10 and 11.
Oh my gosh. I'm totally honored. You're hilarious. The most annoying of the annoying Adelson haters. She's from Tallahassee and can't think for herself. Oh my God. This is, oh, wait, I gotta go. I gotta go to your channel. I just need to look. Oh my gosh. So, just letting everybody know that bots have been hired for this crime family. In my opinion, the Adelson crime family of South Florida, and they have hired bots. And oh my gosh, I think I'm making it. I think I might be making it as a YouTuber. I got some bots. Yes, unindicted co-conspirator. I mean, I'm not even what's with the trolls. I want to know what's with the trolls. I pretty much think that I know what's with the trolls. But it's so funny. I don't even have like 800 subs. What are you doing? I don't eat. I mean, this is, I'm kind of honored. I remember like, I don't know, I think it was like a year ago or so. I had like Trent, one of those randoms, come on my channel. I was like, hello, thanks. Thanks for being here. What weirdos. It's called pressure. There's been pressure on this one. And her attorney, well, this one's freaking out. So she's just paying her attorney to do his job. But I guess doing their job these days is hiring internet trolls. I'm only on YouTube. So you're wasting your money. I don't even have any other social media accounts.
I think it's the very, are you able to find it?
Sorry, when he had plans to be out of town, he was leaving on Saturday.
Okay.
So it looks like I knew that he was leaving Saturday.
All right. And you knew he was planning to go to New York.
Yes.
Okay. Do you know how, if the killers knew that he was leaving town the next day, do you know how that information got to them?
I don't.
Did your brother Charlie know that information?
I don't
To your
know if
knowledge.
I don't know if he knew that information.
Did your mother know that information?
My mom usually knew our schedule, so she probably would have known that I was going to have the boys. I don't know if that means she knew he was going to be out of town, but she would have known that I had the boys.
And didn't your mom keep meticulous track of every time that Dan went out of town?
Maybe just in the sense that if Danny was out of town, she thought maybe I needed extra help or something. So yes, probably.
And when that became an issue in the divorce, she was able to send you a record going all the way back to 2010, a couple of years of every single date he was out of town. Do you remember that email?
My mom never switched over to like a Google calendar. So she would keep very meticulous, like a calendar of all the things she had to do. And so that was just her way of keeping track of everything. Not just this, but every part of life.
She's very.
Okay. So for those of you who do not know, I don't know if it's called eidetic or semi-photographic memory, some other memory, like I remember things. Hey Andrew, it's so good to see you. There's people in here who are saying good things who are probably trolls. And they're only wanting to hang out because I guess you're trying to get info on me. I don't know. I don't know what the hell you're doing. Like, when I go to your channels, you're literally only created like a month ago. I'm sure it's AI. I 100% know that rich folk, people with money, can hire AI people. Yeah, no, there's already been a few. There's a few that we haven't hidden yet because they're saying good things now. But they're all AI generated. It's only going to take a matter of time before them to get loopy because computers lack emotion.
Very detail oriented,
Yes.
even regarding things that aren't necessarily her business, or do you think that Dan's travel plans were somehow her business?
I think only to the extent that it impacted whether I had the boys or whether they were coming to visit or what that looked like.
Okay. Did Mr. Markel leave you a message on the morning of his murder?
He did.
Okay. And did he indicate on that message that he was going to the gym that morning?
He did.
And specifically, did it tell you he'd be at the gym between 9:15 and 10:30?
I don't remember, but that sounds about right.
All right. And would he have given you that much detail because you were planning to try to touch base to talk, right?
Yeah, we were trying to have a conversation.
And was the conversation something about one of the children's schooling?
It was.
Did you talk to your brother Charlie on the morning of the murder?
I did.
And does an 18-minute conversation at 9:30 a.m. that day sound correct?
It does.
Do you remember the nature of that conversation?
I do. I didn't purchase the TV, so I didn't know how much the TV cost. And so I called him to find out if it made more sense to get the TV repaired or buy a new TV because I didn't know what the delta was there.
Okay. Can you tell the jury one way or the other for sure whether you mentioned Dan Markel's travel plans to Charlie during?
This is like the funniest line ever. She didn't know what the delta was there.
To get the TV repaired or buy a new TV because I didn't know what the delta was there.
Okay. Can you tell the jury one way or the other for sure whether you mentioned Dan Markel's travel plans to Charlie during that 18-minute phone call?
I can't say for sure, but I don't see why I would have brought it up.
I'm not talking about you, Billie Jean. Don't fret. I'm not talking about you. And thank you. I'm glad that you stumbled on my channel. Okay? I'm just a regular person who is in the Tallahassee area. I've been here for many, many, many years. I was working 2 miles away the day that Dan Markel was shot. Okay, you guys can be real. I appreciate you being real. Stay and listen. If you haven't watched any of the trials, I would suggest you go to whether it's Court TV or Tallahassee Democrat YouTube channel. They have all of the trials live streamed on their channels. Katie and Sigfredo, 2019. Katie retrial, 2022. Charlie, 2023. Donna, 2025. We're on a mission. We're on a mission because we're not going to be threatened by some bullshit. This is free speech. She is a public figure. Not only is there 4 trials of her testimony out on the internet, and the internet is for everyone. There's also a podcast from 2015 where she says professionals killed her latex spouse. Hitmen were not arrested until 2016. She has been doing interviews. She has a law enforcement 5-hour interview. I'm not even going to call it an interrogation because it was not. It was an interview. We've all seen it 1,000 times or 100, whatever. She's not getting away with it. Okay? And you know what? If she is never arrested, I don't care. My YouTube channel, if I am dead and long and gone, my YouTube channel might still be there. Maybe the sons of Dan Markel will see a video of mine, or will see a video of Leslie B's, or Patty's Playhouse, or Jackie St. Germain, or Grish, or Fancy Fiction even, or even Katie Cool Lady. Maybe they will see something. Oh, Lounge Bar Crime Dawn. She's always spot on. Carl Steinbeck. The list goes on. Oh, STS. The list goes on. If she is never arrested, maybe one or two of his sons will see what people already see. I'm not doing anything wrong. This is my opinion, and it's based on public information. It's based on what we see in how this one acts and speaks.
Did you have WhatsApp on your phone at that time?
I did.
What is WhatsApp?
WhatsApp is it's a phone service. It's an app that I use when I talk to people who live in other countries. So it's become very popular. I think I had it at the time. I know I certainly have it now. But it's a device to send messages.
During the time frame that we're talking about, which is around the time of the murder, did you communicate with any of your family members through WhatsApp?
I don't remember you.
Okay, I'm gonna pull you up, Sister Boo. Okay, first off, you clearly don't know shit, because MSM is never even on my... Oh my God. Okay, I just have to read this because vapor, like you're a vapor or a person who vapes. Fuck off. Says Wendy Adelson will never be indicted because she's 100% innocent. This lady, TCW, is from Tallahassee and only listens to the MSM. And MSM is mainstream media, or I mean, well, I don't know. You tell me if there's a different MSM. Look at the facts and not the hypotheticals. Oh my God, you're a fucking computer. Like, this is hilarious. Like, have I made it on YouTube by having actual computer bots? Oh, is my sound bad? You are making me laugh, Andrew, right now. Oh my God. This is so funny. Like, seriously? Oh my God. Okay. I guess someone got rid of them. Weird. Flattered, but weird. So weird. Well, I know why. Because there was a 9+ hour live stream today with my buddies that I've been on their channels. I did one before they went live. And this is all about getting justice for Dan Markel. Full justice.
Were using WhatsApp unless they were traveling internationally, because it's a way of making free calls or free texts, when at that time making long distance calls on a regular phone would have been very expensive
Did you ever communicate with Katherine Magbanua through WhatsApp?
I don't remember ever texting her on any platform.
Did you have any other encrypted platforms on your phone at that time?
At that time, I don't think so. I don't know what existed at that time.
Okay. So after you turned around and did not proceed down Trescott, you went, I think, to the liquor store. Can you tell us about that?
Sure. I was invited to stock the bar party for that night for a friend's daughter. And so they asked for a specific type of bourbon. I'm not a bourbon drinker. So I went to the liquor store and I showed them the invitation, which was shaped like the kind of bourbon they wanted us to buy, and asked if they had that. And they did, and I bought it.
All right. And that type of bourbon was bullet bourbon?
That's right.
And do you recall the time of that purchase?
I don't, but I see a receipt here at 12:49.
Okay. And does that fit with your memory? You left the house around, I think you said afternoon, proceeded to the scene, encountered the tape, and then went to the liquor store, right?
I proceeded to drive to the liquor store. I saw tape and turned around.
Mm-hmm.
And then I bought the bourbon that they asked for at 12:49. And then I may have gotten gas after that. And then I drove to lunch.
And lunch was where law enforcement came in and encountered you.
That's right.
Okay. And that was where you were having lunch with a couple friends.
That's right.
Did you relocate to South Florida after Mr. Markel's death?
In terms of relocation, I did leave Tallahassee after the funeral, but I took a weekender for both the boys and me and thought I would be back pretty quickly.
Did you come back?
I did come back a few times, but
Just to get things though, right?
not really to get things. I came back a couple of times to give a talk or to do some work, but
Okay.
or
But
to
what I'm interested in is where were you living after the murder?
I wasn't living in Tallahassee.
All right. Did you recall on the trip to South Florida, just within 48 hours of the shooting, getting a call from Craig Isom?
Yes.
Okay. And what happened with that call?
I talked to him for a while. He mentioned that he might want to have DNA samples of the kids. We were already halfway down. We'd been in the car for about 4 hours with the boys.
Who's the
And
we in that sentence?
I was with my parents.
Okay.
Okay, so Craig Isom calls her. She's 4 hours away. That means she's almost to Disney-ish if they took the turnpike from Tallahassee. So she's in Central Florida, Orlando. And then she's talking about Detective Isom asking about DNA. But I think that she's maybe about to say that she, lost connection, right? Okay, hold on. Let me keep going. It's kind of funny that I'm getting bots. Wait, okay. Well, thank you all for being here. Thank you, Andrew, Leslie, Jolie, Steph. Oh my God, Steph, girl. Okay, Steph, I have to tell you this. Because I tried to put it in chat, in your chat the other night, but I think, whatever. The very first necklace I got from you, it's these gorgeous blue Murano Italian glass beads. They have replaced my Clemson plastic beads, which were purple and orange that I made many years ago. The orange is all faded out. But I kept trying to record the beads on my rearview mirror. I'm sorry, I've replaced them on my rearview mirror. I'm missing the big point of it, but I kept trying to record, but the sun wasn't hitting them appropriately. But several days ago, I actually started to record a video, and I had the sun hitting the beads, showing everybody your beautiful beads that I got. And then a huge law enforcement motorcycle crew, like I don't know, 10 to 12 motorcycle guys like start coming toward me. So I had to like stop and then like I zoom on them. I'm going to edit that video and I am going to post it. I just want to tell Steph. Steph has been on and I have to tell you, I use your term, YouTube streets. Steph sells stuff by the seashore. She's in California and she is a YouTuber, thrifter, and a true crime junkie. Oh, let me see. Yeah, yeah, he might be doing this. He's a computer guy. Steph, I've been getting a lot of crazy trolls and they're like talking smack about me, which is kind of funny. Okay. Oh, want to say hello to John Smith, Susie Q, Cinnamon Bits. That person's gone. Yikes. Oh, see, this is such a weirdo. Okay, this is an example of weird. Says something one should assume the exact opposite. She's from Tallahassee, has no interest in pursuing justice for Danny. Okay, first off, it's justice for Dan Markel. And if user knew anything about me, hey Tato, how are you? Good to see you. Okay, I'm trying just to make sure I see everyone and say hello to everyone. Because I'm tiny. That's what's weird. Flattered, I guess, flattered that the threatening attorney and or people surrounded by the crime family Adelsons, in my opinion, and I'm allowed because it's called free speech, flattered that you all have spent money chasing my little tiny channel. Weirdos.
And the kids.
Yep.
We talked, the call broke up, and he never followed up.
Was it like you're breaking up?
I told him I was having a hard time hearing.
But were you faking that or was it really breaking up?
I was not faking that.
And did you send your lawyer to him after that, shortly after that?
I told him he could talk to my lawyer. He never followed up.
Listen, 4 hours away from Tallahassee, you are not in the boondocks. You are not in the boondocks. You're in Central Florida. You're on the turnpike. You have signal galore. Wendy's phone was not breaking up when Isom called her. I don't have signal. Hang up. 5 minutes later, her attorney, at the time it was her family court attorney, Jimmy Judkins, calls Isom and says, you will not talk to Wendy Adelson again unless you go through her attorney. Who the F lawyers up less than 72 hours after your ex-husband is gunned down in his garage when your boys were there the night before and a couple of hours before the murder? This is ludicrous. Ludicrous.
Were you happy to be out of Tallahassee when you were able to return to South Florida?
No, I was not happy.
Did you send a text message on January 1st of 2016 that's contrary to that?
At that point, it would have been a year and a half after I'd been living somewhere else. So I don't know what text message you're referring to, but
at that point, you were happy to be out of Tallahassee?
it's not a question of happy to.
Wait, people are mailing things to Charlie? Like what kind of things? Like emailing him information or mailing physical, tangible stuff. What are you talking about, Leslie? It's okay. It's okay if you don't want to reveal it. You can text me. Yeah. Yeah, I think that a very, very, very catchy tune, Wendy, Wendy, what's the truth? I think that has really fired her up. That's why she's under pressure. Pushers down on me. Pushers down on me, and I want to be free. That's my rewrite, but yeah. Ice, ice, baby, too cold.
To be out of Tallahassee. I was trying to build a new life for myself, and I didn't feel safe here anymore.
All right, let's take a look at tab 96, please.
96 in the old one or the new one?
The old one, please.
Okay. Okay, I see it, but it says unknown, so I don't know who I'm talking to.
Well, that's not the question. The question is, did you say, so happy I don't live there?
Oh my gosh. Georgia is hilarious here. It says unknown. And Georgia's like, that's not the question.
Okay, I see it, but it says unknown, so I don't know who I'm talking to.
Well, that's not the question. The question is, did you say, so happy I don't live there? And the person says, I bet it's a shithole. Remember that?
I don't remember this, no, but I do see that I said it. I don't know who I'm talking to here, and
Would it surprise you to learn you were speaking to your brother, Charlie Adelson?
I don't know if it would surprise me. So, no.
Okay, Judge, may we approach it this time?
I don't know if later you guys can turn it up really, really, really loud and hear the hoo, 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 hoo. There's literally owls in the distance in the back of my neighborhood right now. They're doing their mating calls back and forth. It happened on Jackie's live when I was with her. And I said, oh my goodness, there's an owl. And if you were to rewind it like about 10 seconds and turn it up super loud, if you have, all kinds of audio, fancy stuff, you could hear it because I actually heard it. Okay, so people are mailing and emailing things. Oh, and of course, StreamYard's acting funky because I see a lot more things. Oh. Can you guys hear the owls? Okay, this is their mating call. Well, now they stopped.
You may continue with your examination.
That was a sidebar in court.
Ma'am, did you change your children's names after Dan Markel was killed?
About a year after I did.
In what way did you change their names?
I changed their last name, and I changed my older son's middle name.
And you changed their last name from Markel to what?
To mine.
Adelson.
Mhm.
I'm going to start by asking you about this email
Yeah.
dated July 3rd, 2014. What is this?
This is the, it looks like an electronic invitation for my dad's 70th birthday.
An Evite, right?
Yes.
And who sent the invitation to you?
Well, it looks like it's through the postmark.
I mean, who sent the party invitations out?
I don't remember if I helped with the Evite or if my mom did it. So I don't know if I sent it to myself or if it's from my mom.
Would you have sent it to yourself?
I'm a little better with.
Okay, that's so weird. Why are you sending stuff to yourself? Hey Judy. Thank you. Thank you so much. Appreciate it. We've had some owls hooting in the background. We've had some like literally paid trolls, they're bots, coming in and saying all kinds of crazy stuff about me, which is so funny because I'm tiny. But yeah, we're about justice for Dan. If the owls get going in another couple of minutes again, I might like pause it and try to record them. It is mating season for the owls, and I can hear their mating calls. And it's obvious at times. Okay. Moving on. Justice for Dan Markel, unindicted co-conspirator. And we're putting the pressure on.
With tech stuff than my parents, so I might have helped them put together an Evite.
Okay.
I don't
well,
remember.
Who does it say is the host of the party?
Oh, my mom's the host. You asked who sent the email, and I didn't remember. But my mom is the host of the party for my
Okay.
dad.
And to whom is the party invitation sent?
It's sent to me and my two children.
Okay. And this was sent on July 3rd, 2014, before the murder, correct?
July 3rd, 2014. Dan is not gunned down for another 15 days, and they're already referring to the boys as Adelson.
Correct?
Yes.
Okay. And then back up just a little bit here. This email, do you recognize this one? Are you able to read it okay on your screen?
I can read it okay.
All right. Who sent this email?
This is from, it says my mom, but it says Harvey Adelson. So again, I don't know which parent it's from.
Okay. If it was from Harvey Adelson, would he say Lincoln is going to be attending Shabbat with his grandpa, Harvey Adelson?
I mean, it seems more likely somebody else would have written with his grandpa, but I don't know. I kind of write those things sometimes, like Lincoln will attend something with his mom and say my name. I know it's awkward to say it in the third person, but I don't think it's impossible.
Okay.
No. No, this is weird. Like, you people are doctors and attorneys. No one talks like this. You don't refer to yourself in the second or third person. This is so weird. These are not normal people. Okay, let's just say this is their baseline, right? You're odd folks. No one is going to refer to themselves. Holy moly. Why am I forgetting that this was happening just a few months ago?
Sometimes like Lincoln will attend something with his mom and say my name.
So she'll send back a reply and say that Lincoln will attend something with his mom and then sign it Wendy. Like, what it would be like Lincoln will, I'm sorry, I don't want to say the boys' names. Elle will attend something with me. Signed, True Crime Wifey. Oh my God, you fibbers. And look at, oh, I'm so happy I got this. I got this freeze frame. Freeze frame. Freeze frame. This is what a monster looks like.
I know it's awkward to say it in the third person, but I don't think it's impossible.
Okay. But this reference to Lincoln Adelson did happen prior to the legal name change, correct?
Yes, no, I from the beginning I was scared when I put them in school, and so I didn't legally change their name until a year after, but I was socially using my name for them.
And did that start as soon as their dad was killed?
No, it started when I had to register them for school.
And your mom helped with the registrations as well, didn't she?
I think I did the registrations myself.
What about here for flag football? Did your mom assist with that?
It looks like she did. There were some after school activities.
Okay, and she registered your child under the last name Adelson, right?
Yes.
Listen, Wendy was not doing those little tedious day-to-day things that you have to do to get your kids registered. Okay, I have 3. Okay, I literally have to do this kind of stuff all the time. And yes, it is tedious. But I mean, as long as I have a list, I'm good to go. But Wendy was not doing all of this. We know that Donna is the control freak. Donna is the one who has 75 things listed in her calendar on a weekly basis and does check off. This is Donna. Donna is doing this. And then it says, love mom and dad. Wendy is not truthful. And this is, in my opinion, and based on everything I've seen about this woman.
Where was Dan Markel buried?
In Toronto.
Were you or your children in attendance at his funeral?
No.
When was the last time you spoke to your mother, Donna Adelson, as we sit here today?
Okay, I'm sorry. I was muted. That okay. Loser true crime wifey. No problem. No, it says she was afraid that hitmen were coming after toddlers. She wasn't afraid that they were coming after toddlers. She was afraid that they were coming after her. Luis Rivera saw her. Okay, and and I actually need to text someone about this because I had 12:43 as the alarm going off on the 17th of July. There's a huge possibility I've been wrong because I heard today someone said it was 8:43 a.m. That, if that's the truth, that is much better in regards to my theory than anything else. if it's 8:43 versus 12:43, I mean, maybe I'm wrong. Maybe I copied it down in my notes incorrectly. But Luis Rivera is pointedly asked by special agent from the FBI, Pat Sanford, during his proffer, "When did you see Wendy?" He says, "Thursday." Okay, thank you, Andrew. Okay, Andrew, are you getting that from an earlier live stream? Because, okay, I do have the initial police report. It's 200 pages long. It's all separated out. I never downloaded it and put it into, an organized file or anything like that. I can go back to my email, but I would literally have to open up about 75 different documents to see that again. I could have jotted it down incorrectly in my notes, and I feel really bad about that. But I did hear earlier today that someone said it was 8:43 a.m. Yeah, I just need to text him and ask him. And if I've been wrong about that, I apologize. But I'm not going to go back to any of my videos and change it. I don't know why in my head I jotted down on my notes 12:43. But apparently it's 8:43 a.m. But 8:43 a.m. fits better than 12:43 in my opinion, and in everything that I know. Luis Rivera saw her. The alarm went off. Okay, Mrs. Parks was a woman living at Ashford Apartments behind the Trescott homes. After the green Prius is broadcasted on the news 5 days after the shooting on July 23rd of 2014, Mrs. Parks, I guess she's mulling it over, or maybe she's seeing reruns, right? Maybe she's seeing the news. Maybe the news just continued on playing the green Prius. Mrs. Parks she calls the TPD and reports that she saw two men, and she gives this statement. She is not definite on the day, but she says about a few days before this happened. Okay, so hello, the shooting happened on the 18th. She sees, she's calling on the 29th, which is, that's actually the oldest child's birthday, but divine intervention, right? She's calling on the 29th to TPD to say, around the time that you guys say that murder happened, I saw two guys in that same type of car park on the south side, walk to the back. They come back wet. One of them is carrying something black in their hand. This is why I did my whole walking path behind there with the drainage ditch and the pathway. It's now all fenced off. But I believe that Mrs. Parks in Ashford Apartments saw Sigfredo and Luis. Okay, I'm sorry. That was kind of a rant, but if you guys were with me, at this point in time, it's been like 12 hours ago. I remember I was in a mood. Earlier today. I'm not in a mood anymore, but this is about pressure on this one. Wendy, Jill, Adelson, Wendy Jail, Wendy Jillian Estrada, whatever she's going by.
November of 2023.
Okay. And so she hasn't given you any information or advice about how to testify in court? Has
No,
she?
ma'am. No.
What about, you did offer testimony in November of 2023 as well, right, on a related case?
Yes.
Okay,
October.
And did your mom, when you spoke to her in November of 2023, offer you any advice or thoughts about how you should act or behave or what you should say in court?
Yes,
She did.
she did.
And what was that?
I can't tell you I remember exactly, but she was hoping I would be supportive of my brother.
Okay, and do you know what her thoughts were afterwards?
I do.
Okay, and what were they?
She was devastated.
She didn't feel you were supportive.
No.
Were you in any way involved in the plot to kill your ex-husband?
No.
Did you maybe know it was going to happen but not know the details?
I did not know it was going to happen, and I did not know any details.
Did you provide any information, even unknowingly in hindsight, that you think could have been used to assist the murderers?
I don't think so. I didn't provide any information.
What information do you have regarding your mother's involvement in the plot to kill your ex-husband?
I don't have information.
But you do admit that your brother said he looked into hiring a hitman to kill Dan Markel.
I don't. I admit that my brother made a tasteless joke repeatedly about buying me a TV because it was cheaper than hiring a hitman.
But then someone did hire a hitman who did kill Dan Markel, right?
Yes, that happened.
Agree.
Was part of the plot to kill your ex for you to have plausible deniability or to know very little about it?
I was not involved in any plot to kill Danny.
Were you shielded from the plot because, I don't know, you couldn't be trusted to keep a secret?
I was not involved in any plot to kill Danny.
Why did you tell investigator Isom in your law enforcement interview that you were worried the police, or you were worried, I guess, in the police car on the way to be interviewed, that you might be considered a suspect?
Because I could.
I'm just gonna say this because I mean, Grish did over a 9-hour live. The very beginning of his live with Leslie B, Jackie St. Germain, and Grish. I don't even know when they stopped, but he continued on. We started talking about well, I say we, I was in the chat, but he started talking about like YouTubers, and like we learn things from other people. There should not be any beef. No one should really be like I mean, that's one reason why I don't show my face, because I feel like some people, some YouTubers got a little, crazy about this case, and they were showing their behinds, whether it was when Donna's, trial got postponed, or whether it was at Donna's trial last year. Like some really, negative things are happening. They did live streams talking about it, literally following and stalking. Okay, I'm talking about one person in 2024. She followed and stalked Sarah Catherine Dugan to the Bonefish Grill. That person also did a live stream telling everybody that she was going out to dinner with the undercover Oscar guy. And she told people where they were going, like an hour before they were going there. Like, that is inappropriate. Okay. And then when Donna's trial happened in 2025, there was some bad behavior. Like, someone kept, posting that they had followed Harvey, that they had confronted two of Harvey's relatives or friends. Like, that's weird. Okay, I'm like, I have a family. I'm not going to get followed out of a courthouse or confronted by some psychos. And it's a shame because they have really good information. And I agree with what's being said here. they do need to come back to YouTube. They need to come back because this one, I keep saying this one in regards to Wendy because HG Tutor calls Meghan Markle this one's wife, whatever. If you follow any of that, but the unindicted co-conspirators need to be under the jail. They need to go to trial. This is what all of this is about. Yeah, and I mean, there's pressure all over the place for me to show my face, but it ain't happening. And John Lauro found people. I'm not afraid of him trying to find me. My information's protected based on my past career. Like, you can't find me anywhere, even if you knew my real name.
I couldn't think of anything bad going on in his life other than the divorce. And frequently the ex-wife is a suspect.
Were you treated as a suspect?
I was not.
But you mentioned 9 times in your law enforcement interview being a suspect, didn't you?
I did, yes.
Oh my gosh, I love Georgia Kappelman so much. She brings the receipts. This is so funny. Okay, I know I just went on a rant. I'm sorry.
But you mentioned 9 times in your law enforcement interview being a suspect.
You mentioned 9 times during your law enforcement interview being a suspect. Look, look at all the people in the background. This woman's like, "What's up?" Oh, Mr. Phil Markel. Everyone is paying attention. And I mean, Georgia's just a goddess as far as I'm concerned.
Didn't you?
I did, yes.
When you were approached at the restaurant, you weren't yet told that this was a shooting, were you?
I was not.
You were only told something happened with your ex-husband.
I don't even know if I was told that. I was very scared something happened to my kids, and that's why law enforcement was there, and they wouldn't tell me what was going on.
But they did reassure you that the kids were fine. You
They told me that law enforcement officers were with the children, which terrified me because I didn't know why my children would need law enforcement officers.
So you didn't know what this was about at all?
No, Wendy, you're a liar. Okay, I know how this works. I spent almost 2 decades investigating child abuse. If something happened somewhere and we would have to go to a school, and a lot of times we would be accompanied by law enforcement, the parent would find out immediately everything's okay with your child. That's the first thing that you say. I have a kid with a nut allergy, or I have a children at school. The nurse calls me, I see the school calling, I answer. The very first thing that they say is, everything's fine with your children, but one of them threw up. Or, hey, I want to ask you if they can have cake from Publix because of the nut allergy. The very first thing that you say to parents, law enforcement, nurses, social workers, child protective investigators, the very first thing that you say when you're called, everything is fine with your child, then this is what is happening. You are this one is a fibber.
When you were in the police car?
In the car, they told me.
Okay, in the car, they told you what?
They said, your ex-husband has been shot.
Okay. So that you learned that information prior to getting into the interview room?
Yes.
Okay. Do you remember allowing law enforcement to take possession of your computer in that interview?
I told law enforcement to search my phone, search my computer, search my house, search my car. I was trying to be helpful.
Do you remember saying that it was okay for them to take the computer and keep it even though you had work things on there because you didn't think you would be going back to work?
I remember thinking it wasn't important. I couldn't imagine my life fell apart. So
But you didn't go back to work, did you, at FSU?
I did actually go back, not physically present, but I was still on the FSU payroll until December of that year.
Oh my gosh. This is one thing that kind of pisses me off. If you guys ever read the financial documents where Wendy said that she was making, I believe it was $80,000 a year to teach her 4 hours a week class, and FSU continued to pay her until December. And she wasn't even physically there. That to me just seems like a waste of money. Sorry. Pet peeve, side note.
Okay. In that interview with law enforcement, did you suggest that your parents are people who may have been angry enough to kill Dan Markel?
I suggested a lot of people who could have been angry enough to kill Danny.
And were some of the people my parents?
Yes.
But you said in the interview that you didn't think they were capable of it, didn't you?
I did.
If your mom wasn't capable of it, did she have anyone that she could enlist to assist her?
I don't know.
What was your first thought when you were asked if anyone might have murdered Dan Markel for your benefit?
I thought maybe a crazed friend or a former student.
It's not what you said, though, is it?
I don't remember exactly what I said first.
You said Charlie, right?
Could it be a crazed student that you lied to Jeffrey Lacasse saying who kissed you? You guys, that did not happen. Wendy did not have a student kiss her on the mouth in a meeting like she told Jeffrey Lacasse that he revealed, or he told law enforcement that Wendy had told him. That did not happen. And then you remember this one, Jill Estrada was also Googling student teacher porn. Moving on.
If that's what I said, then you have it there, but I don't remember who I listed first.
Okay, can you at least tell the jury you definitely did say Charlie as one of those people?
I did.
Do you remember saying, if somebody tried to kill my ex-husband, they should be prosecuted to the full extent of the law?
Yes.
And Isom says, regardless of who it is. And do you recall your answer?
I do recall my answer.
What was that?
I think I was hoping it wasn't anyone in my family. And so that idea that it was someone in my family gave me pause.
All right, but that wasn't your answer, was it?
I don't remember word for word what I
Okay.
said, but that was my sentiment at the time.
Was your answer for court and counsel, this is law enforcement interview page 122, lines 7 through 12. If somebody tried to kill my ex-husband, they should be prosecuted to the full extent of the law. Question, regardless of who it is. Answer, I mean, it would be different if I thought it were my brother. Did you call your mom from the interview room at Tallahassee Police Department?
I did.
And did she answer the phone?
She did.
When she,
Okay, Google, Pixel, whatever. Oh my gosh. Yeah. Like, okay, so we now know that you're getting scared and hired bots. Okay. That's so funny. And they're using @ signs. No one is being. We're replaying her testimony. No one's by it. Well, I'm not gonna. I'm not gonna argue with a computer. I mean, I just can't. I can't. Ain't got time for that. And I did quote that earlier today in my live stream. And yes, that is from Sweet Brown, probably one of the first famous viral people. Search Sweet Brown in YouTube if you don't know who I'm talking about, but hilarious. And how dare you, computer, call him Danny? Gross. Okay, so Steph, during Jeffrey Lacasse's interviews, I believe at this point in time, I really can't remember which interview it was. There's 3, but he's telling detectives that Wendy told him that she had a student from one of her classes that kissed her on the mouth during a professor student conversation in her office. And she also, on her Google history, was Googling student teacher porn. Yeah, she totally did that. If you missed that in any of the information, because I know that you've been following this case for years, but there's info everywhere. But yeah, no, that's true. Okay, I'm going to keep playing. I had to pull up Google Pixel.
She answered, did she advise you that your dad was in the shower?
I don't remember whether my dad was in the shower.
You asked her to sit down. Do you remember that?
I do.
And by asking her to sit down, would that signify to her that this was going to be something serious you were going to reveal or say?
I was concerned about her age and if she were standing that she could, hurt herself if she fell down.
Okay. And do you recall that she at that point asked if she...
Okay, so this is like getting into my theory about Harvey was actually in Tallahassee and did not go back with Donna after after Wendy took them to rent a car on the 12th. She calls Donna. Donna's on the phone, says Harvey's in the shower. We never hear Harvey. She says, my mom took that well. Oh, my parents, such and such, but she never talked to her dad. Harvey never says anything. Okay, normal people. You're a wife. Your daughter is calling. Okay, maybe I'm FaceTiming with my daughter. My daughter calls me, we're FaceTiming, and she says, sit down, Mom. I got some bad news. So-and-so's been shot. It doesn't even matter. It could be like the neighborhood cat, dog, or, my ex-husband or my daughter's ex-husband. I'm running. I'm taking her off FaceTime if she's on FaceTime, but I'm running into the shower, into the bathroom to scream to my husband that someone that we know has been shot. And you would hear him hooting and hollering in the background. This is all BS.
if she could put you on speakerphone?
I don't remember, but that sounds plausible.
What was the purpose of putting the phone on speaker, if you know?
I would be guessing, but so my dad could hear too.
But wasn't dad in the shower, or you don't remember that part?
I don't remember if my dad was in the shower.
Was anyone else there to your knowledge?
I don't think so.
Was Charlie there to your knowledge?
I don't think so.
Did you ask your mom in that telephone conversation to tell Charlie what was going on?
I think I did. I didn't want to make any more phone calls.
And your mom took the news pretty well, didn't she, this phone call?
I wouldn't say she took the news well. I think she was upset.
Did you say something different in your law enforcement interview after you got off the phone with her?
I don't think I did. I don't think I said something like that.
Didn't you say, page 265, line 5 through 6, quote, my mom handled that pretty well?
I may have said that. I can check it. Can you tell me the line again?
Yes, ma'am. Page 265, line 5 and 6.
And I just want to let you guys know I've added a few moderators. If you guys see like the bots, just check, like you can click on a person's comment, it will say go to channel. But if it's like the type of language that I just pulled up from Google Pixel, or their name is user XYZ or whatever, just go ahead and block them. Like I'm not gonna I'm not gonna deal with that.
Yes, that's what I said.
And then page 280, line 22 and 23. Did you also say, well, my parents sounded really surprised, so that's at least a relief?
Yes, I see that here.
No further questions.
Okay. I see that you guys are having a discussion about this. I want to go back real quick. Okay. So, okay. Georgia does not ask anything that she does not know the answer to. She says, did your dad say that he was in the shower? And then she was asking, was there anybody home with Donna? Georgia knows who's at the house.
Yes, that's what I said.
And then page 280, line 22 and 23. Did you also say, well, my parents sounded really surprised, so that's at least a relief?
My parents.
Yes, I see that here.
No further questions.
She only talked to Donna. Then she says, call Charlie. Why not call Rob too? Rob's a brother. Call my other brother. They were all in cahoots at this point in time. When I say cahoots, I mean they were all in good standing. Robert was in good standing on July 18th of 2014 with the family. Him, Haritha, and their children had been at Harvey's 70th birthday party on July 5th of 2014, 13 days prior. Why isn't Wendy saying, Mom, also call Rob? Call my loved ones to notify them what's happened to Dan. Oh my gosh. Because I can't make phone calls. And this is why I've been saying this for a decade. The Adelsons cannot even act innocent. They cannot even act it. Wendy takes every opportunity to disparage Dan. Oh, and here comes Tom Petty. Let's go, Jackie Fulford, because you're really sweet in the beginning, but you kind of really come on. You come on strong in the end. There's John Lauro in the back. Oh, there's Morgan Honeycutt. There's Jimmy McNutty. Is that John Steinbeck? Oh, there's Rebecca. Okay, moving on. Sorry.
Good afternoon, ma'am.
Good afternoon.
I represent your mother in this case. You've never spoken to me about this case, correct?
I have not.
I guess the best place to start is where you left off with respect to the comments that you made regarding your mother taking it well. When's the last time you listened to that call?
I haven't listened to it. Listened to the call I had with my mom. I've never listened to it.
Well, from the interview room, you've never listened to your interview?
I have read the transcript of my interview, but I never listened to my interview.
You don't recall the shock in your mother's voice when you told her what had happened?
I do think she was shocked.
You could hear that over the phone, correct?
Yes.
So many topics were covered. I'm going to have to kind of skip around, okay? Katie Magbanua, Katherine Magbanua, I guess people call her Katie. There was a picture of you with her at the beach, and there was another young lady there. You recall that?
I recall the picture, yes.
And that was Father's Day weekend, I guess, of 2014.
Yes, ma'am.
And I think your testimony was that really you only knew her with Charlie. Is that right?
That's right.
Was Charlie at the beach?
No,
Your mother wasn't there either, was she?
no.
And then I think you mentioned that you had had a dinner with Katie.
And my brother.
Okay. Was that before?
She just said, was Charlie at the beach? We know that Charlie took the photograph of Katie, Wendy, and Yendra on the beach. What? Okay. Go on, Jackie. Okay, okay. Back in the day, Jackie was a great prosecutor. Once Jackie became a judge, I don't know if the power went to her head. I mean, I don't really know, but she did a lot of kooky things on the stand. That's probably for another podcast.
Before you went to the beach?
It was a different time.
Do you recall if it was before then?
It was before,
Okay.
but several months before.
Several months before.
Mhm.
Okay. So if this was Father's Day, when do you think you actually met her for the first time?
I think I met her when I was doing the alternative spring break. So that's usually March or April.
Same year?
Same year.
And the dinner that was mentioned, is that the first place you ever met her?
That's the first place I remember meeting her.
And who all was there?
It was my brother and Katie and Jeff and I. Jeff
Mr.
Lacasse.
I'm sorry, how you pronounce it?
Lacasse.
Lacasse. Okay, so the four.
Oh, I just caught something. She said, in regards to the Yardbird dinner, she said, that's the first place I remember meeting her. Is there evidence that we haven't seen yet that she might have met Katie before March of 2014?
I remember meeting her.
And who all was
Hang on, I'm gonna go. sorry, 10 seconds back. Okay. Thank you guys so much for hanging in there with me and being here. I don't know how much longer I can go. It's been a wild day.
Here.
And the dinner that was mentioned, is that the first place you ever met her?
That's the first place I remember meeting her.
And who all was there?
It was my brother and Katie and Jeff and I. Jeff
Mr.
Lacasse.
I'm sorry, how you pronounce it?
Lacasse.
Lacasse. Okay, so the four of you were there. Your mother was not there.
No.
I want you to, it's been 11 years, so a lot I'm sure has happened to you in the past 11 years. Is that fair to say?
Yes.
And your memory may not be as good as it was of things that happened back then, now that 11 years has passed. Is that fair to say?
Yes.
Okay. As best you can, I want you to take yourself out of the year 2025 and go back to the years somewhere like 2010 through 2014 when Mr. Markel was murdered, okay?
Okay.
In that time frame are going to be most of the questions that I ask you.
Okay.
All right. I think you testified you had a brother, Charlie,
Yes.
and you have a brother, Rob.
Yes.
So that was a 5-member family.
Yes.
Okay. And Rob's the oldest.
Yes.
Charlie is the middle,
Yes.
and you're the baby.
Yes.
And you grew up in a household where, was your mother working when you were younger?
No,
Okay. She stayed home with the kids.
she did.
And at some point she went back into teaching, which is what she had done before she had her first child, correct?
Yes.
Okay. And she did that after you were in school. Is that right?
Yes.
And
Okay, real quick, I want to answer this. Steph, I believe that Georgia knows so much more than we'll ever know until Wendy goes to trial. I think that the feds are running the show. I think that the state attorney's office, meaning Jack Campbell and Georgia Kappelman, are being told by the feds when and if they can arrest. Because remember, this is a federal investigation with a state prosecution, which is super odd. Donna's trial alone or investigation alone had like over 30 federal agents involved. A lot of them might have been like computer people, but some of them were outside of that type of electronic thing. Over 30 federal investigators were assigned to Donna's case. So, yeah. I mean, I think that Georgia knows everything. Whether or not Harvey, okay, that's just a theory. Okay, I don't have proof. I have a couple of different snippets of things that make me believe that Harvey was in town and stayed in town with Wendy. But whether or not Georgia knows that, if it's the truth, then Georgia knows it. How's that for an answer? Okay, I'll continue on because Tom Petty's going to get real in a minute.
And then you all went to school, grade school, high school, you grew up, right?
Yes.
Each one of you went off to college.
Yes.
Each one of you got a postgraduate degree.
Yes.
So you're an attorney.
Yes.
Charlie became a periodontist.
Yes.
Which is someone who does surgery related to dentistry, correct?
Yes.
And then Rob's a doctor as well.
Yes.
And throughout the time that you all were going to college, your parents helped support you,
Yes.
every one of you.
Yes.
And you had a good childhood.
I did.
And your mom took good care of you all.
Yes.
She treated you well.
Yes.
Very kind,
Yes.
very loving,
Yes.
very caring towards her family and others.
Yes.
I think you once described her as being kind, empathetic, and very loving and sensitive person. You recall that?
I don't recall that, but that sounds right.
That she radiates positivity.
Yes.
She has a very loving and respectful and fun relationship with my dad. They are very much in love. Now it's been 54 years.
It has.
You said your mom was completely selfless.
Yes.
That's the opposite of selfish.
It is.
Means she's caring more about others than she does about herself.
Yes, ma'am.
And what she did was for others.
Yes.
Never doing anything for herself.
Correct.
She was invested in your lives.
Yes.
And both of your brothers.
Yes.
You were a close family.
Yes.
And would you say she was a good mother to you?
Yes. Very good mother.
And a very good grandmother as well.
Yes.
When you had your first child, and you needed someone to help out, your mother came.
She did.
And she spent time there.
Yes.
And when the baby was crying in the middle of the night so that you could get some rest, she took care of the baby.
She did.
And she did that for both of your children.
Yes.
Fair to say that your mom has always been there for you when you needed her?
Yes.
For little things and big things.
Yes.
Now, you said that you testified that you left Danny in September of 2012. You recall that?
Yes.
From September of 2012 until March of 2013, your mother actually spent quite a bit of time helping you with the boys in Tallahassee, correct?
She did. Yes.
She would go home and take care of things there, but she would return.
Yes.
So a substantial amount of each month, she was there assisting you with the children.
Yes.
While you were at work, she may take them to school. Is that correct? Their daycare?
I don't remember that one, whether I dropped them at school or my mom did, but it's certainly possible that she took them to school.
She might have picked them up.
Mm-hmm. Yes.
She did some housework, cleaning up around the house.
Yes.
She bought groceries.
Yes.
She cooked.
Yes.
She cleaned.
Yes.
She was there for you because you had just left a marriage where you had a partner helping you.
Oh my goodness. I just caught on. Oh my gosh, Wendy. Wendy. Jeffrey Lacasse was mopping your floors and cleaning your house. And now Jackie Fulford just told us that your mom was cleaning your house. Can you not pick up after yourself? What is going on, you grown woman? Oh my. I missed that in the trial. Jackie's like, she was, wait, hang on.
Yes.
She did some housework, cleaning up around the house.
Did some housework, cleaning up around the house. Oh, look at Wendy. So, yeah. Yeah, I don't have to clean up after myself. My mom scrubs my toilets.
Yes.
She bought groceries.
Yes.
She cooked.
Yes.
She cleaned.
Yes.
She was there for you because you had just left a marriage where you had a partner helping you, and now you were adjusting to being by yourself, correct?
Yes.
Now, at the time, this time period we're talking about, your mother lived in, where did you say, Coral Springs?
Coral Springs.
And where is that in relation to Miami?
It's Broward County, so it's the county north of Dade County, which is where Miami is.
And in Broward County, that's like where Fort Lauderdale is?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, and their dentist practice that they had that's been referred to, Adelson Institute,
Yes,
that was located in Broward County, correct?
it was. Yes.
Not far from where your parents lived.
Yes, in Tamarack, so close to Coral Springs.
And at some point, they got the place down in Miami, right?
Yes.
So what they were doing was they would work Monday through Thursday and stay at their home in Coral Springs, right?
Mm-hmm.
And
Yes.
then they would go and spend the weekend at the place in Miami. Is that right?
I don't think every weekend, but some weekends.
Some of them.
Yeah.
Okay. And you visited there.
I did.
There's a weird breathing noise, and that is not me. You hear that?
Now, when your mother would come up to assist you or just to visit with you and the children and Danny, to assist you or just to visit with you and the children and Danny, did she drive typically or fly?
I think sometimes drive, sometimes fly.
Okay, and that's
Most of the time drive, I think.
most of the time drive, and that's almost an 8-hour trip, correct?
It is, yes.
And at the time that this occurred, your mother would have been, when Danny was murdered, she would have been, let's see, 64-ish.
That sounds right.
She's 75 now. Is that yes?
Yes.
And sometimes she would rent cars, is that right?
Yes.
As opposed to driving her vehicle.
Yes.
Your father came sometimes as well to help out?
Yes.
Good night, Allison. I'm so sorry to not mention you earlier. Thank you so much for being here. Good night, sweetie. You guys, there's like I don't know whose mic is on that's breathing like that. And maybe it's because I'm wearing headphones, but there's a weird breathing thing going on.
I want to talk about Mr. Markel for a few minutes. I think you said you met online,
We did.
but you were attracted to him.
Yes.
He was a handsome young man.
Yes.
You're a beautiful young woman,
Thank you.
and you got married.
Wait a second, Leslie. Like a new one? A new? A new one? Was he on Ambien again? Just wondering. What? He flipped his car this time? Oh my goodness. Was this in Florida? Yeah, I don't know if it's Wendy breathing. Oh no. Okay, I'll keep going. I'll keep going because I am gonna end after Wendy is done because it is so late. I cannot believe this. And I'm going to Springtime Tallahassee Parade and Festival tomorrow, which is a huge deal here. Okay.
Married.
We did. Yes.
And there were times, I mean, we've heard about the divorce, but before the divorce, there were times where you had a happy marriage.
Yes.
And you all enjoyed spending time together,
Yes.
the two of you together and with your children,
Yes.
and even your parents who would come up and spend time with you.
Yes.
And your parents actually took you and Danny on vacations, right?
Yes.
There was one trip where they took you out of the country and you went ziplining. Do you remember that?
Yes. We went to Costa Rica.
And after the ziplining is when you told them that you were pregnant, correct?
I went ziplining pregnant. Yes.
You would agree with me that Danny, I'm saying Danny because that's what people call him. I'm not trying to be disrespectful of him. He's
No, I called him Danny.
okay. You would agree that he was very intelligent.
Yes. Very.
He had 2 degrees from Harvard, correct?
Yes.
Undergraduate and law school.
Yes, ma'am.
He did a lot of writing.
Yes.
And at the time that he was murdered, he was a tenured professor at the College of Law here at FSU, correct?
Yes.
And becoming tenured is not like an automatic thing. You have to work towards that, right?
Yes.
It takes a lot of time,
It does.
a lot of effort.
Mhm.
He put in a lot of work to gain that status.
Yes.
And he traveled to go and speak at different places, right?
Yes.
And he was well respected by his colleagues.
Yes. Very.
And after he had children, those became the love of his life, didn't they?
Yes.
And even after you separated, I think you would agree with me that Danny made a great deal of effort to get as much time.
Okay. I'm probably not going to get through all of Wendy's testimony tonight. I just have to say, I am planning on ending in the next 20 minutes, but, Jackie just said, and Wendy agreed. She didn't say, oh, and also his work in regards to the boys being the loves of his life.
Those became the love of his life, didn't they?
Yes.
And
She just said the boys, those became the love of his life, right? And she agreed. Remember, Georgia asked her previously in other trials. He loved his sons and his work. His work was his priority and his sons. Good gracious.
he was well respected by his colleagues.
Yes. Very.
And after he had
It has to be like a court reporter or someone is making that weirdo breathing noise.
children, those became the love of his life, didn't they?
Yes.
And even after you separated, I think you would agree with me that Danny made a great deal of effort to get as much time with his children as he could. Is that fair?
Yes. Absolutely.
Even when it was your time to have the children, he would go to their preschool and visit with them there.
Yes.
He wanted to talk to them on the phone when he didn't have them,
Yes.
and he wanted to Skype with them, correct?
Yes.
Okay. And that, I'm sorry, I'm old, but that involved like a computer where you can see each other while you're talking. Is that right?
I think now it's something you could do on the phone, but back then you needed a computer.
And you assisted with that.
I did.
Not necessarily the schedule he wanted.
I'm sorry.
You didn't necessarily keep the schedule that Danny wanted for Skyping, right?
I did try.
You tried.
Yes.
But that was one of the things you two bickered about.
It was.
You're right, Andrew. I forgot about that. He certainly is. Yep. Kai's mom.
And during the time that you were with Danny, your mother was always kind to him, wasn't she?
She was.
Before you got married to him,
Yes.
while you were married to him,
Yes.
while you were separated,
Yes.
and after the divorce.
Yes.
And there's been a lot of testimony and a lot of pictures put up, lots of things highlighted about the ugly things that your mother said about Danny during the course of the separation, divorce, and the follow-up litigation, right?
Yes.
And you shared, as you've testified, some of the pleadings that were filed in your case.
Yes.
And some of the pleadings weren't very attractive towards you, were they?
No.
They described things that were derogatory towards you. Is that fair?
Yes.
And the communications that you had with Danny during the separation, leading up to the divorce, and some thereafter, were pretty critical of you, weren't they?
The communication on paper, which
Right.
was very different than the communication in person.
Right. But the paperwork was critical.
Yes.
Okay. I see what you guys are saying. Like, you're probably right, because they're not going to have other microphones on when she's testifying. Oh, wow. I didn't hear this before. Thank you.
And you shared that with your mother.
Yes.
And some of the things that he said to you in writing, whether they were communications or in the pleadings, upset you.
Yes.
some of it was very upsetting to you.
Yes.
And you shared it with your mother, and then she became upset.
Yes.
And she said bad words.
Yes.
She called him a lot of bad names.
Yes.
She said ugly things about him.
Yes.
But not one single time did she ever suggest in writing or to you personally that Danny deserved to be harmed, did she?
Never.
Never said he needed to be killed.
Never.
Never suggested any harm to him in any way.
Never.
And those things that she said to you in the emails, the communications I assume that you all thought were between yourselves, you never shared those with Danny, did you?
No.
And during the separation, well, during the time you're married, we've already established, but during the separation, if Danny needed help with the children, your mother assisted him, didn't she?
He had called her and asked for help at various times, and she did.
And after the divorce, the same thing, correct?
He would call and ask for help, and she would help.
If you guys were to Google and look at photographs or images of Jackie Fulford, I don't know, 7+ years ago, maybe up to 10, much more feminine back then. And no, I think someone asked if she was gay. No, there's no information that she's gay. She always had a male partner.
Do you have State's Exhibit 60 up there?
I don't see anything that says 60 on it.
I can't use this book. Is this JJ? May I approach the witness, Your Honor? I'm going to show you what has been entered into evidence as State's Exhibit 60, and I think they refer to it as JJ.
Okay.
Okay, and this would be your, it's going to fall if you don't hold that
Okay,
side. I'm
no
sorry.
problem.
I can't get this over for some reason.
I can try.
But this has been referred to as the pleadings that are within your dissolution file.
Okay.
Okay, I'm going to leave that with you, okay?
Okay.
But could you look at that document, the JJ, please?
Yes. You want me to just keep reading through it?
Yes, please.
Okay.
I want you to familiarize yourself with it.
Not that I'm aware of, Blue River. No rumors of that.
I'm still reading through it. Should I continue to
I
read
just
to
want, you don't need to read every word. If you would just familiarize yourself so that you can recall the substance of that pleading.
Okay. Okay.
Okay. Prior to you filing your petition for dissolution, do you want me to come and get that?
No, it's okay.
Prior to filing your petition for dissolution, what kind of experience did you have regarding divorce proceedings?
I'm trying to understand the question.
Yeah,
So
sure.
prior to filing the dissolution of marriage,
Yes.
there weren't any divorce proceedings prior to filing.
What I guess what I'm saying is because you're an attorney, were you familiar with family law?
No,
Had you participated in any helping anybody with their dissolution of marriage?
I had not.
Completely unfamiliar with the process.
I was unfamiliar with the process.
And that pleading that's before you, are you back on the front page of that?
I can get back to the front page.
Thank you.
I'm on the front page.
Okay. And could you read for the jury what the title of that pleading is?
Yes, ma'am. Former husband's counter motion for enforcement of MSA on parenting issues and motion for contempt and sanctions.
Doesn't say grandmother motion, does it?
No.
And in fact, the overwhelming majority of that motion relates to Danny's complaints about you and parenting issues, correct?
It does, yes.
And in fact, what they call the grandmother part of that motion is really Danny complaining about you not meeting the requirements of the right of first refusal, correct?
That's correct.
Because his complaint is that if you gave him the right of first refusal, some of the times he could take it and the children would be with him instead of the grandmother.
Yes.
It wasn't actually suggesting that from this point forward, your mother could no longer have anything but supervised visitation, correct?
I didn't see it that way.
Okay. And in any event, your mother never saw that motion, did she?
No, she did not.
May I approach? I'm going to take the book. I don't know if I'm going to give it back to you or not. That way it's not going to fall on you.
Okay.
Adelson hater. I don't know the details, but I mean, maybe his doctors do need to be investigated.
Now, the state has referred to this bribe. You've heard him talk about that, correct?
I believe so.
They suggested, because I think there are emails that we discuss this, about potentially offering Danny $1 million.
Yes.
And your understanding of what was trying to take place there, because you actually put that in writing, was it wasn't to take the children away from Danny, was it?
No.
It was in hopes that he would relocate to Miami as well, correct?
Yes.
And that although you
Fun, YB. What kind of sporty car?
would live separate lives, you could raise your children together, correct?
Yes.
Because there were more opportunities for him, Danny, to practice his Jewish faith in Miami than there is in Tallahassee, correct?
Correct.
They have kosher food in Miami,
Yes.
lots of it.
Yes.
They don't have that in Tallahassee.
No.
And the $1 million offer was not to bribe him in what sounds like an illegal sense. It was an incentive for him to relocate himself to Miami, correct?
Yes. That was my understanding. Yes.
You lived there with him before,
Yes.
and he liked living there.
Yes. He
In
liked
fact-
it very much.
Okay, I'm sorry, I didn't mean to talk over you.
No, that's okay. I was just saying he liked it very much.
In fact, he tried to get a professorship at the University of Miami School of Law.
He did.
And if he had gotten that, the plan between you and he was to stay in Miami, correct?
We would have. Yes.
But he didn't get it. And so he had already been employed by FSU College of Law, right?
Yes.
And so you moved up here and finished law school, and you all remained in this area.
Yes.
So the $1 million would offset, as the state has mentioned, travel expenses if he moved there, correct?
Right.
He only taught 2 days a week, right?
Yes.
And so that would have given him the opportunity to live in Miami. But for the 2 days a week he needed to be in Tallahassee, he could take plane trips, right?
Yes.
And be here.
Yes.
And if you all had done that, he still could have enjoyed 50% parenting time with his children, right?
That would have been the same. Yes.
It wasn't to take him away from the kids.
No.
We're going to talk about relocation more than once, but I just want to make sure I understand how that all came about. Okay. So it was, you left the marital home in August or September of 2012.
I think it was September.
Okay. So you separated officially in 2012.
Yes.
By the time he was murdered, almost 2 years had passed.
Yes.
Do I understand it correctly that somewhere around October or November of 2012 that you interviewed for a job at a law firm in Miami?
I did.
And that was the Grossman firm?
I think it's Grossman and Roth.
Okay. And somewhere around December of 2012, they made you an offer.
They did.
And I don't need to know numbers, but was it substantially more than you were making in Tallahassee?
It was, and it was just more secure.
More secure. Okay. Not more money?
No, it was more money, but it just, more than anything, it was secure money as opposed to grant money that could be taken away.
Okay. So you were a professor also at the law school here in Tallahassee,
I was.
FSU.
Yes.
You were not tenured.
No, I was a clinical professor.
Okay. So being tenured means you have more stability in your job.
Yes, you have more job security.
Job security. Okay. And so you got that offer in December, and sometime in January, you told Danny that you had a good job offer, correct?
Yes, I asked to meet with him and we went to get coffee and talk about it.
Okay. And in part of that discussion, you asked him if he would consider all of you, not together, but all of you
Yes.
relocating to Miami, correct?
I did.
And he was going to consider that,
He
correct?
said he was considering it. He wasn't opposed to it.
You thought it would be good for all of you, correct?
I thought it could be.
Including the boys.
Yes.
He decided he didn't want to do it, right?
He changed his mind.
But you didn't change your mind, right?
No, I kept going with it.
So you filed a motion for temporary relocation, and you also amended your petition for dissolution to add relocation, correct?
I did.
At the time that you filed it, did you think you had a good shot at it?
I thought I had a shot. I didn't really know. It would depend on the judge.
And we'll go back to it later, but I guess on June the 18th of 2013, which would be right before your divorce was finalized, right? You had a hearing on your motion for relocation,
Yes.
and the state has already presented in its exhibits a copy of the order, and relocation was denied, correct?
It was.
And after relocation was denied, you and Danny were able to work out some kind of temporary schedule for the summer.
We were.
And then you proceeded forward, and there's been discussion. There was a mediation that did not resolve your divorce, but within a few days thereafter, you did come to an agreement with Danny, correct?
We did.
You agreed to all of the issues in the dissolution of marriage, right?
Yes.
Including how you were going to share time with him.
Yes.
Was it ever your intention in the dissolution proceedings from the time that you moved out of your marital home that you would actually take the children's custody completely away from Danny so that he couldn't see them?
No,
Did you always want them to be a big part of his life?
of course.
He loved them and they loved him.
Yes.
Jackie is crossing off her notes like a fool.
Yes. That's fine. The bailiff will take you all to your room. They can come up here to use it. Thank you.
Okay.
You all can be seated. Resolve it if your client does need to use a bathroom break at this point, this would be the opportunity to do so. We'll take a 5-minute break, hopefully.
Okay.
At that point, you can step down if you need to.
Oh, thank you.
Okay. For tonight, we're going to end this live stream. Putting the pressure on, keeping the pressure on. I know, I'm so sorry, Steph. They're taking a 5-minute break. It is literally after 1 here. I think I went on live this morning at 11 a.m. Grish did a 9+ hour live. The beginning of the live was with Leslie B at True Crime in a Min and Jackie St. Germain. Awesome. I still haven't seen the entire thing. Like I left, like I was on early. I was first listening and chatting, then just listening, driving, went to a track meet, got home, got back on. They were still on. So it's been very crazy. I've been up since 5 a.m. But thank you, everyone. Thank you so much for being here. Blue River, Adelson Hater, Billie Jean, good to see you. John Smith, Leslie B, Steph sells stuff by the seashore. Everyone go subscribe. Andrew, of course. And I know I'm missing folks, but today's been a lot, but we will keep on keeping on. And we're not going to stop until the unindicted co-conspirators are under the Leon County Jail. Good night and thank you, everyone. And I'm gonna use Steph sells stuff by the seashore, his little tagline in the end, like, see you on the YouTube streets. Okay, thank you guys for being here. Good night.